Man, I'm still trying to understand what happened. Detroit, what happened tonight? What happened tonight? We had the game. We had a 9-point lead. Adam Silver investigate the zebras and the whistle. The whistle was changed, and James Harden should get an Academy Award for the best flopper in a sporting event ever. Just ridiculous and horrible. But we had the game tonight. We had the game in hand. 9-point lead. Waning minutes of the game. We're supposed to close that out and win the game. And we allow the Cavaliers to go on a 9-0 run. So in spite of the zebras and, whatever, man, it's hard to lose a game when you have that lead at the end of the game. We don't win. Now our back's against the wall. So what is Detroit going to do? Woo! We're going to show the world that it ain't over till it's over. And what you going to do when Detroit comes back in 7 and beats you? Woo! Cleveland, Detroit. That's it. We're coming back. We're winning Friday. And Sunday, we're going to clown out on Sunday, baby. We're going to clown out, baby. So I am sure of that. We're going to clown, do our thing. But coach still needs to make some adjustments. And I think the rotation, you got to kind of get set on the guys that can help and look at the guys that can fill in some gaps there. I really think Herter and Duncan will be key on Friday. Both of them. Going to need them out there. But I also think Javante, there's so many things I can say. I like seeing Sasser out there tonight, but if they're giving it to Jenkins, it's not like he's going to get much time in. But I think now it's better to have another ball handler maybe too, so K don't have to keep bringing it up the court. I think you're going to have to adjust that a little bit, and that might be the lineup change here. Paul Reed needs to get more minutes. We already said that. We stated that. That's the obvious stuff. But rotation, who can match up and who fits out there? And I'm looking at guys, like I said, Javante, I think he can do some damage. I think we need Herter and Duncan in different sets. So it's going to be a lot of us dictating. We need to dictate the play. Excuse me. We need to dictate the play on Friday night. Sorry about y'all, my allergies. But we need to dictate the play, style of play, take it to him and come out. And as far as Duren, he can't get out of his own head. I don't know what to say, but I do feel like in the first 3 minutes of the game, if you come out and try to run some plays for him, force it into him. Go confident. I don't know what else they can do. Something's going on. We're not going to know what's going on. Maybe just growing pains. He's a baby, right? 22 years old. Playoffs. I don't know. But it's still no excuse for how he's played, in my opinion. So what else? We'll know the story after the fact. But we need him to step up. But I think we need to come out and try to assert him in the first 3 to 5 minutes of the game. Assert him. Get him going. He's moving slow. He looks bad out there. I don't know what else I can say. So to me, this is where Stu Paul Reed, you go with that, and you go from there. I think we're almost at rock bottom. If they can't get him going in a game where our lives on the line, again, in the first 3 to 5 minutes, if you can get him going, and what's wrong? I don't know. So we don't know. But I know a lot of teams wouldn't take the guy out, but he just doesn't look the same. Slow, lethargic, a step behind. It's pretty bad. What do we do, Detroit? What do we do, baby? So I think we got to make adjustments. And I think we're going to have to, again, look at pairing some sets where Herter and Duncan are out there together, or at least keeping one of them on the court at one time. And like I said, with Duncan in the Orlando series, you got to force it, pin down, you set screens, stagger, you force it to Duncan and get him shots. Because when you can get them going, that's going to soften up Cleveland right there. Same thing with Herter. You got to force it to the three-point shooter, and you got to set those hard screens, and you force it to Duren and get him going. You got to get some guys going here, So I think, again, he got to have a feel for who can come in, step up. It's Friday, we got to have it is going to be Friday. We're already in Thursday. So we're going to come out there with our aggression, and we need to come out there focused, determined to get this thing back to Detroit for Game 7. So it's not over. Again, most of our fans are already turned the page saying that we're not going to win. So, again, we have some of the fakest fans in America. So fuck all you fake fans right there. I'm telling you right now, because I'm getting tired of y'all. Every time our back's against the wall, you turn on the season, talking about let's focus on the season. Y'all keep bringing up the draft. Look, that's bad omen. You don't never talk about the draft and next season during the current season. You know, give our team that the spirit that they can win. They feel us, baby. They feel Detroit. They feel us. Woo! See that Detroit right there, the Lions, baby. So you see why I got that on. I'm gonna talk about the Lions in a second here. But here we go. You know, right? Yeah, NFL schedule reveal day. So here's a shot to the dome because we're gonna go Pistons. We're gonna win. We are going to win Friday. I'm confident. Our team knows what time it is, and I think some adjustments are working. But you gotta play. You gotta play Stu and Reed more. And I think you're gonna have to go. Like I said, when they have Mobley out there, if they have one of them on the floor matching up, like I said, Herter and Duncan are going to be big in this game. And I think, like I said, LeVert, I don't know. I mean, in spots, but I think Javonte would help a lot more too. I like Javonte and I like Paul Reed. I like it for where we need to be. I still want to see Sasser out there, but it's just hard with Jenkins. It's like, I don't know if he can get the run. But I think, yes, I like Sasser, and he want to be out there and be aggressive. Because Jenkins, he aggressive now, but it's kind of like to me, a mixed bag at times. So coach going to have to, I think right now, have another ball carrier to help K get, move around and be more comfortable and open up them lanes. And I think you're going to have Herter or Duncan out there most of the game. At least one of them at all times. You got to just loosen them up. But on defense, we're going to need our best defensive performance of the year, similar to the Orlando game in Game 6. We'll have to be on it. We'll have to be tight. I think we should definitely be hard fouling out there. Good socket, playoff fouls. Harden, Donovan, slap the shit out of them. This is the time where you got to lay the wood, and we got to protect the paint, and we can't let all this shit going and letting them run to the paint, getting in those spots. They're getting too many good opens at the basket, and we got to quit double teaming. Play sticky man to man. No open threes. If they make them contested, hats off to them. We see how the officiating is going. I don't think it's going to change on Friday. We hope it's going to change. It's been highlighted because the last two games for sure, the officiating, there's been a change in the whistle, as Coach JB said. And so, hey, Darren, you're losing money. What you going to do? Step up, man. Detroit, let's go out there and try to get him in there. First 5-6 minutes of the game. If we don't see a difference in energy, hey, you have to cut him off for the rest of the night, maybe. You might have to. And then JB, everybody say he can't get a team over the hump. Look, we can't say that in year one. So I'm not, and also we didn't give him what he needed at the trade deadline. So here again, like I said, putting the best team we could put out there. We didn't do that. Detroit, we didn't do that. So basically, let's give JB another year, but he needs to show some more adjustments here. And I think the best adjustment you could do is not let Cade bring the ball up. We got to have a point guard out there now. So that's going to affect the whole lineup. But like I said, if you have a ball handler out there, again, you might be, I don't know what you're going to do with the lineup, but you got to make a change. You got to go small. Junkyard dogs, we dogs. We them the dogs. All dog, baby. Detroit, all dogs, baby. Woo, I'm trying to get my jet. Come on, let's go, Detroit, baby. So, hey, I'm going to take a shot to the motherfucking dome because the Pistons will win again on Friday. You feel me? They're going to win again, and I'm trying to get my cup. But the Pistons are going to win again here. So I'm going to get this. Just a little bit of drink here. Coming right back. So Pistons will win again on Friday. So I'm confident of that, Detroit. And now just a real quick tidbit of stuff I want to talk about really quick. The Tigers, I am finally starting to get concerned. Injuries, it's not looking good, folks. And so many injuries right now, and the bats are not batting, hitting. I was always telling you guys that the Tigers needed to add another bat. They still do. And that was despite the injuries. So basically, it's rough. So the Tigers, hey, Gotta weather this storm, play tighter, get those bats going. I know they're probably not going to make a trade with this going on. They're going to be more waiting and seeing now. So what do you do? What do you do? But I feel like if they want to win, eventually adding more offense is going to be key. If we can get the offense going, we'll be better off. Bullpen, it's been shaky too. So I don't know what to say, Kenley. But here, let's talk about the Lions real quick. And like I said, what are y'all going to do when the Lions go from worst to first and go to the Super Bowl on you, Lions, Detroit? It's our time. I'm ready for the schedule reveal. Benedict Ben, Thanksgiving, no Bears title or playoffs. I don't like the Lions losing a home game to Germany. I don't like it. I wish that was a home game for the Patriots. So I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. We need that home game. We need New England to come to Detroit. So that's not a good thing. But we knew that was coming. That's been rumored for the last few months. Detroit, baby. We knew that for the last few months. Detroit. So we are going to go out there and do what we do, Detroit. Detroit! We're going to do what we got to do. So we're going to go out there. We're in for a monster season. Look, the schedule, I feel good about the roster. We're getting grit back. We're getting younger, tougher. You feel the vibe. I feel that Holmes is going to try to make another move. I'm hoping they go after Bosa. Cut down day. After that, look at the players that's available. I feel good about the team. I feel good. So I feel good about the Lions, and I feel like they're going to reverse the trend. We retake the North, and we have a chance at the Super Bowl this year. Trenches, offensive line totally revamped, and I love it. Look at our offensive line starting and the bench. It's just a world, just a 360 degree from what we had last year. We are looking good. We have guys that can come in. The secondary looking great too. I still think they're going to be changing the base form of the defense, which is a lot of other teams are playing at. What is it, 4-2? They have to change now. It's time to change. And they have the personnel to do it. And we have the personnel to be, to me, I mean, look, Lions have the personnel to be a top 12 defense. If they can be in the top 12 and they're going to be in the top 5 in offense, good enough to win the Super Bowl. So expectations are still the same. Vegas, they have us at 10.5 wins, tied with the Green Bay Packers. And that Bears are at 9.5, Vikings at 8.5. So we expect a lot from the Lions. Retake the North, get to the Super Bowl. But right now we're with our playoff team, the Pistons. So, hey, this is it, you know. Shock the world. Take a shot to the motherfucking dome. You see that Michigan right there? Detroit! It's late. I need to be in the bed, but hey, I'm up. I'm a night owl, but I need to take my ass to bed. But Pistons in 7. What are y'all going to do when the Pistons show you that they won't quit and that grit, the dog, and they're going to come back down and win in 7 and go to the NBA Finals on you? Detroit! Let's go, Pistons. Hope y'all have a great Thursday. I'm ready for the game Friday. Starts at 4. I don't get off work till 6, so I have on my gear. It's going to be just like the Orlando game. We got that feel in the air. Oh, man, what's going to happen? Our season over. Woo, man. The emotion will be flowing on Friday, but I feel the Pistons will win again. We're going to Game 7 Sunday. Showtime, Detroit. Woo! Showtime. Only like Detroit can do it. Let's go, Pistons. Holla at y'all. Time for bed. Drink up. Have a good week. Finish the week strong. Detroit in 7. Lions back to the Super Bowl. We got this. Hell yeah. What up, though?